Hello, welcome to my channel. Happy winter. Sure is winter out there nowadays. And I have made some Valentine projects to show you out of the last kit that I just put up. I showed you last week a bunch of tags that I made with the kit that I put out. And now I'm going to show you what else I made with it. First of all, I made these sachet pillows. Let's see if I can get it down here a little closer. These are made out of felt and lace and like that. What I did in the beginning is I printed on the fabric. I had some muslin, just plain white unbleached muslin, and I printed them out, and I've showed you how to do that before. I printed them all out on the muslin, then I cut them all out into squares or rectangles, and then I sewed them all together. And then I didn't like the way they looked because they looked too dull. And I really love the Epson presentation paper. I think I've showed this to you before, but it is Epson Premium presentation paper, matte. And I get it on Amazon. I can leave a link below for you. And I thought to myself, well, I wonder if I printed them out in that paper, would I be able to glue that on to the material? And this was the unbleached muslin, and that is a picture printed on the presentation paper, and I cut it out and I glued it onto the muslin. And I love how it turned out. They all looked out pretty good. And I glued them with Aleene's tacky glue. I wouldn't use any other glue because the glue, like the fabric tack, will seep right through and change the color and blur that. So I used Aleene's tacky glue for that, and you can't get it off. I'm telling you. I did all the edges, and some of them were the ones that were printed on there. So I've got a little bit of leverage, a little bit of play, because that was on there. I think the photos were just a hair smaller than the fabric, but fabric stretches when we pull it off of the adhesive labels that we put it on. So that's why. But so instead of doing that on the material, on the unbleached muslin, I started doing, I redid all of them with the presentation paper. And this is just some of them. These are going to go in my local craft shop. And I did a lot of lace and coffee dyed trim and flowers. These can be hung up and they smell beautiful. And I used some rhinestones on this. This one I think is my favorite. I have this lace from Hobby Lobby. They still sell it. And I had bought like 10 yards. And I haven't used it in so long since I started journaling because it's so full that it worked perfectly on this pillow. And then I just used felt. I sewed it all together and with felt. Then I glued on the picture, only because I had already printed on it. Now, if I were going to do it again, I would cut them out and sew them and then glue it on and then stuff them. Some of them were actually stuffed. So that's what you want to do, because if anything's going to pull, you want it to pull while you're sewing, not while you're gluing. So I sew them all together, and then I glue the picture on with the Aleene's tacky glue, and then I stuff them. And I stuff them with the scented wax that I have showed you. And I'm going to show you a little bit more about it today because we're going to do something else with that. So I've got quite a few, and I just wanted to share them with you. So if you feel this pearl stuff I got at Joann Fabrics, it was $6 a roll. I don't know what it is now. It could be 20 for all I know. And then this little girl here, I just took a applique. This is your eyelash trim, and did that. And then over here, now these two are not in the kit. These are a different kit that I'm working on. And this is just a heart that I cut out of cardstock And I tripled it. I used file folder, and I used book page, and then I cut out my design that I wanted, and then I decorated it with this festooning, tissue festooning or tissue fringe. You can find it on Etsy, people sell it. And then I took and kind of 3D'd up the little girls, gave them different things, and put some flowers. And this is to hang on the wall. This is also going in my craft shop. And then this one here actually is an empty roll of ribbon. And I have these cool hearts that are scallop bead hearts that I put around here. And the pink is gathered crepe paper, and I bought it that way. I didn't I didn't spend the time to gather it myself. But here I put these people here, which is part of my new collection. It isn't up yet. It will be up. And I put a heart behind them to hold them in place. And I put, this is not in my collection. This is a scrap paper I had. I put this here to cover the back. And I just put red and gold styrofoam balls. I cut them in half and just glued them on to take, you know, take up the room back here to decorate it. And then I put some more tissue fringe down here, also known as festooning, and some hearts. And it's really cute, so I think it's, I hope it'll sell. Oh, here's another sachet pillow. And then I decided, you know what, I really want to do something simple that is like a sachet, but you don't have to sew. So what I came up with is I took the pictures, I'll show you here, the pictures that I printed out. Okay, I printed out a bunch of them. They're all about 3 by 3, maybe 3 by a little less than 3, you know, very, very close to 3 by 3. And I decided I cut me a piece of cardstock that's about 6.5 long by 3.25. I didn't want it 3.5 because 3.5 would be too wide. I just wanted a narrow border along here. And I glued a picture on. And then I took, okay, where'd it go? I was all prepared. Well, I took a piece of felt and I cut it a little smaller than that picture, and I dunked it into, let's see if I can get this over here. Okay, I want to do this again to show you. Here is the blank piece that I made, 6.5 by 3.25. I glued the picture on, and then I dunked a piece of white felt that I had made a little smaller than the picture into this wax melter. And so I'm going to show you. I just dunked it in like that and let it get all soaking wet and let it drip off a little bit. Then I put it on some parchment paper. This one is dried. And what I did then is I glued it with hot glue, okay? Because wax melts and we want it to really melt into the paper, but it won't make a mark on the outside, I promise you. It won't ruin your pictures or anything. You just do that. I glue it on the back, and then I glue right around the edges with the hot glue, and I close it, and now it's glued together, but you can smell it, and it smells great. Get out of there. It smells really nice. You could put that in a journal to make your journals. You can use any scent you want. I like, right now I'm just using the pumpkin spice, but there's all kinds of flavors that you can, or not flavors, scents that you can get and buy and put in your wax melter. And that's all you have to do. It takes about 5 minutes for that to dry. And you just glue it inside, glue it closed, and then decorate. I mean, how easy is that? So I'm going to clear this up and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have a few of them decorated. This is trim that I have had forever, and it wasn't enough to do anything with, so it looked cute on there to me. So, and here's my wood hearts and those foam hearts and a little bit of eyelash trim. And this one is some fancy yarn and a chiffon bow and some trim. And this one I just did her trim all the way around, and I thought she looked really, really pretty with that particular thread, yarn, whatever you want to call it. And this one is, I had this gold trim forever, and then I put a sparkled heart, a red heart, and a heart button. But then what I did after that, I made some ephemera pockets, pocket holders. I have 3 of them, and they will be in my, well, they are in my Etsy shop. If you're seeing this, I've already listed them. And what I put in here, this is a lunch bag, a white lunch bag. And I folded up the bottom, and if anybody'd like a tutorial, let me know, and I'll do one. And I put one of the scented pictures in here to make my pockets smell nice. And then I've added these are for sale. This goes in just a little bit of antique-y type stuff. And then I have 4 tags that are in the pocket behind. And this opens up because it is a bag, and you can put a lot more stuff in there. So you have the front pocket, and then you have this pocket. So behind it, second pocket, I put these 2 tags and these 2 tags. Okay, so they go in with that. And I had them all set up real cute, and I will set them up again. And that goes there. And that goes there. I had cut these out, enlarged them, and cut them out, and they are chipboard. These are chipboard. You've seen them. Everybody has them. I bought the graphics years ago, and then I just enlarged them and cut them out of my Cricut. So they're double-sided, and in the middle is chipboard. So they're just cute for decoration. And here is another scented picture, a sachet, that's what we should call it, because that's what it is. This is the bag, and there's the front pocket, and there's 4 tags that come with this that I have decorated from that same Valentine kit I showed you last time. And these are actually the tags from last time, because I wanted to do something with them. I didn't want them just hanging around in my desk. No need for them to hang around there. And so that's pocket number 2. And then, and these papers here, they come with the Valentine kit. These are in the Valentine kit. They are 6 by 6, but the pockets are 5.5 wide by 5.5 long. So, and this is like 5.5 by 3. So you have 6 by 6. I have 21 backgrounds you can mix and match, and that's what I did. So this one is a little different than the rest of them. And I showed you that. True Love. With this, I put a bow on this one. I don't know why. I had that ribbon out, and I thought, oh, that matches good. And these are the 4 tags that come with this one, those 2, and these 2. So there you have it. Pocket, and these are in my Etsy shop if you'd be interested in purchasing them. Oh, and these smell divine. And you can, you make a bunch of them yourself and put them all in one journal. Wouldn't that be great? Because really, they don't take up a lot of room if you don't put a lot of, embellishments on it like I did. You can keep them very plain if you wanted to do just one like that. If you put lace on it, it wouldn't be a big deal. It wouldn't puff it up too much. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you. If you ever want to make them, they're the easiest thing and great for gifts. Tuck them in a little gift bag with a gift you have for a friend, and it just makes all the difference in the world. When people, don't you love it when you get a candle from somebody. It just smells so wonderful. And don't you wish you could smell it all the time? I know I do. That's why I have a wax burner, so I can have it on and I can smell it while I work. I love it. It just, I don't know, puts the creative juices flowing in me. So anyways, so that's all I wanted to share with you today. And I hope you're doing well. My husband and my son have recovered very nicely. They're both back to work. I did fall down our front stairs the other day, and I have a black and blue arm on the left side from like my wrist up to my elbow. But nothing else is damaged, and I did not get the flu. I am so happy I didn't get the flu. I want to thank everybody that actually said a prayer for me, because apparently God was listening. I slept with that man breathing on me for 5 nights in a row, coughing on me, everything else you could think of, and I did not get the flu. And when he was done, I came downstairs and my son was on the couch next to me. You know, mom this, mom that, mom. So I did not get the flu, and the only problem I had was falling down the stairs. It was because we went outside on the porch, and it was covered with ice, and I did not know it. So I wouldn't have fallen if I'd seen the ice, but I didn't even look down because it looked like it had only been raining. But it was that black ice. It was frozen. So it caught me unawares, and I went boom, sliding down the stairs. And I'm so glad I have a fat butt, because it kept me from a lot of damage, I'm sure. But landing on the arm was not the coolest thing. Anyways, it'll be okay. And if you like this video, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up. And if you aren't subscribed, I hope you will subscribe. And until I see you again, I'll see you in the next video. Have a great weekend.